If you've been trying to get through this with a dose of humour this whole time, because of course, you know, you need it possibly at the moment, we all do, perhaps you've come across Maggie Foster's videos. If you haven't, try them because they probably will raise a smile. And if you're listening to a show like this, you'll know a lot of the characters. Her TikToks feature her lip syncing everyone from the Home Secretary through to Meghan Markle, through to the BBC's very own Laura Koonsberg. No one's safe. Maggie, good morning.
Hi, Emma, how are you?
I'm fine. I have enjoyed your work immensely, if I can put it like that. But for people who haven't seen, and we obviously can't do lip syncing very well on the radio, doesn't really work. Tell us what you're doing.
Yeah, so in terms of what I'm sort of doing, TikTok is basically a software which you can put a visual to audio. So I'm sort of sourcing these clips of politicians, celebrities, royalty, and sort of making my own sort of story out of it. And yeah, it seems to be picked up pretty well.
I mean, what's good for people who do like to follow the news is you are really, you know, going for some of the spats like, I don't know, Emily Thornberry versus Caroline Flint. I think that was one of the earliest ones I saw. And I thought, who's this woman who's just enjoying using TikTok to parody spoofs between kind of mid-ranking Labour officials, essentially? and that is you. I mean, why do you like doing it?
I think in terms of why I like doing it, I'm actually an actress, and I was put on furlough for my full-time job. And I was just doing this for friends and family, just to make, you know, people laugh. And I didn't mean for it to get picked up at all. And I was I'm doing this to entertain myself, really. You know, and it kept me busy during my furlough period. But yeah, I mean, that's why I'm doing it.
Well, I have to say, if people have seen it, they probably have definitely raised a smile. You have a very expressive face as well, which is extremely watchable, if I can put it like that. Have you had any reaction from any of the people you've done?
I have a few, yeah, for sure. So a few of the MPs that I have done have sort of retweeted it. Anna Soubry, Andrea Leadsom, Rosina Allen-Khan. They've all sort of retweeted theirs, which is lovely. And Caroline Flint's daughter actually described me as iconic, which was very flattering.
Are you hoping to do this full time?
I mean, acting I would love to do full-time. Lip syncing, you know, is very much one tool of my toolkit. If I can incorporate it in any way in my acting, going down further in the line, then yeah, absolutely. But I do like normal theatre, you know, sketch shows and stuff like that. So I don't know where this is going to lead me, but hopefully something in the acting world.
What were you doing that you've been furloughed from?
Yes, I work for a company called Fresher. It's basically a beauty salon. It's where you can book treatments for beauty salons, etc. And I was just selling that to salons.
Right. And have your colleagues reacted to your internet fame?
Yeah, everyone's been massively supportive. You know, watching it, cheering me on. So it's been really, really nice. They've been very, very, very supportive.
We also have had Michael Spicer on here. Certainly at the beginning of what he was doing, being a kind of faux political advisor in the room next door. And he's just actually made a Radio 4 piece, which we played a bit of the other day, about his kind of climb to fame. It's taken him many years to get to this point. I mean, he was telling us about all the jobs he's worked alongside. It's a hard thing to try and do comedy full time.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. And I think I've had the luck of lockdown, as it were, sort of thing, because obviously I actually started with 450 followers on Twitter, and now I'm over 100,000, which is bizarre. But yeah, I mean, I think I've made the most out of my lockdown. It's not been great, and I'm glad to put a smile on at least some people's faces.
I think you definitely have. Is there someone that you love doing the most?
It's a difference between like what I love filming and what I like watching back. I think the one I like watching back the most is probably the Meghan Markle one, just because it just is a bit silly. But then the one I like doing was probably the Brexit cast one.
Yes, you did the BBC's Brexit cast team.
Yeah, which was so much fun to do. Or it was BBC Breakfast one I just did for them with Naga and Charlie. Which, yeah, it was just a bit silly, and they're just ridiculous situations, aren't they? They like obviously didn't happen, but it does work.
Yeah, I've got this vision of you because you're with your parents, aren't you, as well at the moment? You're living with them.
Yeah, and my brother. My mum's still nagging me to pick up my clothes from the floor, and my brother's chasing me around the house.
Well, hang on a minute. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Still getting nagged about your clothes on the floor. Brilliant. Okay. I've just got this vision of you, because having seen your videos, again, trying to do them justice on the radio here, of you being, chasing yourself around the house wearing your mum's blazer, dressing up and just putting it out there.
Yeah, my mum's been really great about letting me use her clothes and stuff to be my props lady and my costume cupboard, which has been fab. And she wants to know all the feedback about her clothes. I'm like, Mum, they're a bit frumpy, but she's been great. Yeah.
Well, all the best with it. We will stay
Thanks
tuned. If you haven't checked it out, Maggie Foster, go and look her up. Lovely to have you on the programme.
Thanks for having me, Emma.
And
Thank you.
it's great to hear your voice, your actual voice, not
Yeah, I know.
other people's, Maggie. We'll speak again, I'm sure.